Halloween is here, my friends. It's the time of year when ghouls wander and shadows creep, as the chill in the air makes your skin leap. But beware, for even the bravest souls crave something sweet. And you can't come up with anything to satisfy their needs? Dread not, I've got just the right solution for you. My radioactive eyeball jelly, a delicious treat to die for. This frightening new twist on a classic jelly dish will not only give your guests and loved ones goosebumps just by looking at it, but it also comes with a very special and unique flavor that you've probably never had before. Curious? Let's take a look at how to make it. Welcome to Apaulo's Diner. Hello and welcome, my friends and fellow Apollonians. Welcome to Apaulo's Diner. I'm your host, Apollo Jupiter, and you're here to find out how to make this spooky yet delicious dish, my radioactive eyeball jelly. Don't worry, this dish won't make you glow at night, but it sure shines bright when you use the right tools. This dish will surely be remembered when you serve it at your next Halloween party. I mean, just look at it. It looks like the Sarlacc and Mike from Monsters Inc. had an unholy baby. I'm quite pleased at how my creation turned out. And to top it off, you'll get a surprising flavor that's subtly sweet yet mystical, tasting like a blend of grapes, roses, and lavender. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's dive into how you can get this delicious abomination straight into your kitchen. So here's what you'll need for 1 glass of jelly.
250 milliliters or 8.5 ounces of natural white grape juice, 3 sheets of gelatin, a 3/4 teaspoon of rosewater, a 3/4 teaspoon of sugar, a 3/4 teaspoon of culinary lavender, 2 large strings of red lace candy, about 5 canned lychees, a cocktail cherry, as well as red, green and black food coloring.
Let's get started. First, we fill a bowl with cold water and we'll soak our gelatin sheets in it for a few minutes. It's important that it's cold water. If you're using different sized gelatin sheets or a vegetarian alternative like agar-agar, be sure to check the package instructions and adjust accordingly. But for this recipe, you're sticking with gelatin sheets. Next, pour your grape juice into a small saucepan and heat it gently. Now, don't let it boil, we want it warm but not too hot. As a reference, I put my stovetop on a 6 out of 9. Now, let it heat up for a few minutes. While that's warming up, grab your red lace candy. Take 2 long strings and intertwine them together to give them a more menacing look. And that also prevents them from falling apart when they soften in the liquid. Once they're twisted together, cut them into 4 equal pieces. They should be long enough to hang over the edge of your glass and still touch the bottom. By now our grape juice should be hot enough, about 5 minutes or so probably passed. Next up, add a 3/4 teaspoon of sugar and mix it well. You don't want to over-sweeten it because the grape juice already has its natural sweetness. Next, add the green food coloring until you reach a light green color and mix it until it dissolves. Next, add a 3/4 teaspoon of rosewater and a 3/4 teaspoon of culinary lavender. These will add a mysterious depth to the flavor. Stir everything well and let it warm up for another minute. Always adjust the heat accordingly. Remember, you don't want to boil it. Now take your gelatin out of the water and squeeze out the excess liquid. And then add it to the grape juice mixture. Remove the saucepan from the heat and stir until the gelatin has dissolved. Now let it cool for a few seconds. Then pour the mixture into your glass, leaving about a centimeter or an inch of space at the top. But if you prefer a smoother texture, just strain it before pouring it into the glass. I like leaving the lavender in because it adds to the spooky effect, as the pieces take on a slight insect-like appearance once they've cooled in the jelly. Let the mixture sit for a few minutes to cool slightly. Once it's ready, gently lower the lace candy pieces into the jelly, making sure their heads hang over the edge of the glass. And don't sink. Press the heads a bit onto the glass so they'll stay put. And arrange them evenly to form a little square. Now carefully place the glass in the fridge and let the jelly set for a few hours. To create the eyeball, take a canned lychee. Its texture already resembles an eyeball, and the hole where the seed used to be is perfect for the retina. Insert a cocktail cherry into the hole, intact side up. And pat it dry a little bit. Now carefully use black food coloring to paint a snake-like pupil on the cherry. Don't worry if the color smudges a little bit, it adds to the creepy effect. And just like that, you've got your eyeball. Now for the sauce, blend about 4 lychees and a little of their syrup with a hand blender until smooth. Add a drop of red and a drop of black food coloring to create a creepy looking sauce. Once the jelly has set, take the glass out of the fridge. That looks already very promising. Use a teaspoon or a knife to create a small hole in the jelly for the eyeball, making sure the hole isn't larger than the eyeball itself, so it will sit snugly. Be very gentle here so you don't ruin the jelly itself. Always checking if the eyeball actually fits in. It still has to go a little bit bigger. Once that is done, take your eyeball and press it in. There we go. Carefully drizzle our sauce around the eyeball. Don't overdo it. You can serve the rest on the side. Finally, use a fork to gently ripple the surface of the jelly to give it a slightly bubbling appearance. Careful not to ripple the eye itself. And there you have it, a perfectly spooky radioactive eyeball jelly monster ready to delight your Halloween guests. To really amp up that radioactive effect, place your glass on an LED coaster like this one here. Or you can use an LED dot light available at most hardware stores to give it that eerie glow. It'll really make your creation look like it's straight out of a mad scientist's lab. The light really makes a big difference and takes the look to another level. But beware, you might want to eat it before it eats you. But if it starts growling, you might want to pass the glass to your least favorite cousin. Despite its terrifying appearance, I've been told it's absolutely delicious. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a like. And while this may be our last Halloween special for this year, there are still many creative ideas and exciting new recipes coming your way. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss what's next. Thank you, my friends and fellow Apollonians. It's been a thrill to share these spooky ideas with you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video with something fun and fresh, no ghouls required.